All right, guys, welcome back to Varcheck. Happy New Year and all that. It's a little bit late. It's like the 11th, so it's like I don't know what the limitations are on saying Happy New Year's. Some people say it's like 4 days, 5 days. I would say like 2 weeks. Like after 2 weeks, like if you start to say, "Oh, Happy New Year," it's just like let's just keep on going. But that's another story for another day. I'm here joined with my fellow Gunner, the man himself, man like Eddie. So Eddie, just tell the people who you are, what you do, etc., etc.
Yo, my name's Eddie. I'm the capo for Capital City Sports Group. You'll catch me in Atletico Auto Games, but outside of that, I'm a huge Gunner fan, and we're winning the league this year, if you hadn't known that yet.
Yeah, so I would say about 80% of people that have come here have, they've all acknowledged that London is red. Apart from Brandon, shout out Brandon and everything, Spurs fan. And Atu, he was a Chelsea fan. They're going through some shambles right now. We'll talk about them later and everything else. But shout out John at the back, my guy. We're out here down to the wire. Well, always here, always grateful. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the Red Bulls. So yeah, we're gonna start the show. So World Cup over. Argentina, Messi certified himself as the GOAT. Moving on. Now the real competition is back here. So we're just going to talk about the transfer market. It's January, everyone's favorite month. All the rumors, all the money spent. Some wisely, some people just spend like shit. But at the end of the day, money's just going. So we're going to talk about just the teams because there's so many news, so many rumors going on. And us, once we start talking, it's just going to become a whole Arsenal show. So, we're going to start off with United. So, Ten Hag, he's done. You have to give it up. He's done a job. He's done a good job.
I mean, you take over that team who were playing just absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And they were the laughing stock of the league.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag comes in, has a couple of rocky starts, especially had that fit with Ronaldo, which we all know. I mean, he's out there balling out in the Arab world now, but now he's gone, and looks like he might have been the cancer because United are going up the standings here.
So it was always the Ronaldo complex because it's like at a point is that it's not his fault. Like if you after like Real Madrid, after like towards the end of Real Madrid, like you could just tell everywhere he went, the teams revolved around him. They depended on him for everything. They looked straight for Ronaldo. When he went to Juventus, all eyes. So when he came to United, it was gonna. At first, I said it's going to slow down Martial and Sancho's progress, even Rashford's, because, like, once again, all eyes on man like CR7. But credit to him, he did score the goals. He did at points, like, keep them in. But now with him gone, Rashford is looking like what we thought Rashford was supposed to look like.
Man, it's gotten to the point where Rashford's in my fantasy Premier League team now.
Yeah.
And I hate putting United players there, but this man is balling. Every time I check the score, he's on the score sheet somehow.
Yeah, it's like, because I think he just realized that he's really fast because we always knew he had pace. Skill is, he's got skill.
He's good enough.
He's got techie. He's got a shot on him, but he just realized like you don't have to blast the ball 24/7. Just if you like, he just used to like swing his foot. But now it's like he still hits with power, but it's like, a little more direction, He's just tweaked it a little bit.
Man, I was moving like a CPL attacker, now an EPL attacker.
You know what it is. Shout out Atletico, though, always, massive and everything else. Yeah. But, getting Casemiro really, at first when he came, it was like, LOL, Casemiro, he's at the end, you paid so much, but hey, that's money well spent.
Have you seen him lately? The past couple of games, he is
crazy.
Absolutely balling out and bailing United out. And just his age, you would never know how old he is the way he's playing right now.
Exactly. So I would just say, but just like other teams, like even like Arsenal, like the center midfield, like with Xhaka and Partey, like those guys are so integral in the team and they're so important. Like if one of them goes down, it's something else. So United really need like a backup. I've been saying it. I won't suggest it now, but I was always telling them they should go after Ndidi. But I don't know. His form in Leicester, it is what it is. But they're looking at Caicedo from Brighton. They should have got him for like the cheap, and now you're going to buy him back like 40 mil or something. Like they need something there. They just need like a quality one for backup. You know what I mean?
And they are focused on Casado for sure. And I
Yeah.
mean, United, money's not really the issue for them. They will overspend. Look what they did with Maguire. So I think that's a target, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get him by the end of the January transfer window because, like you said, they need some depth there. Because Casemiro, he's playing well, but he's old.
Yeah.
The man's legs are rusty. Man's bones are a little bit weak there, so anything can happen to him. So you kind of got to get someone there, and it's United. So I know some players are kind of like, because that's where careers die.
Yeah.
But I think they'll pull him.
No, so like, yeah, they just need that and a striker. They were looking at Worthhost. That's
Another
a
old
short,
guy.
yeah, another old guy. I think that's a short-term solution because down the line the main name is Harry Kane. So I mean, to be honest, like Kane just needs to cut. Kane, like Spurs just need to go through a whole revamp, But back to United, they just need another striker. They need another striker. Martial, yeah, but like his injury here and there, and sometimes it's like you just need a little bit more from him. So they need another striker and a DM, and then I think they can continue the push. I hate to say it, but I think they can continue the push.
It's kind of funny with United. Every season we're talking about how they need a striker. Look at all the strikers that's gone
true.
through, the
That's
Cavani's and all this stuff. And remember they had the Depay moment? Like, these people, you can't trust them. They don't know how to develop. They have youth prospects, but bringing in pro athletes there, they never do anything.
Oh yeah. Like for them to come to the academy and like with young players, I would tip their hat up to United. Like they have done a good job with the youth players, but when it comes to like the stars, like the Di Maria, the big purchases, it's kind of been like a iffy
Every flop.
So that's why I think with Ten Hag coming in, like I know he's going after like Ajax players and everything else, but at least like so far what he's done brought in, it's working. So now we're gonna go on to everyone's favorite team, the top of the league. London is red. You know all that. I should warn mine too. Anyway, next time. Yeah. So the Gunners once again. People are still waiting for us to flop. People are still waiting for us to slip up. And I mean, it's inevitable. You're going to drop some points here again. Newcastle. That game was
Man.
That game was that was a defensive masterclass by Newcastle. It pissed me off. That's how you know that what kind of great defense Newcastle is. I think they're the third best defense out of the top 5 leagues. I think Barca have conceded something stupid like 6 goals, and like they've conceded 11. We're like top 10. I think we've like 11, 17, something like that. Don't quote me. Do not quote me. Yeah, but that's bro. That's
the thing with that game though is I don't want to give too much credit to Newcastle because I saw a stat line that the ball was in play for only 43 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
that's less than a
crazy.
half.
That's crazy.
Respect for the terrorism football, but at the same time, like I'm not really applauding that. Arsenal, we were denied at least one good penalty chance there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, other seasons, Arsenal, we would lose that game. The fact that we got a point, and Newcastle's taking points from the top teams.
Oh no. Newcastle's a good team. I don't. Sometimes they just revert to the like Burnley tactics.
Eddie Howe, man.
That's true.
He has that mentality of a smaller club, but Newcastle's a big club now. But the thing is, you saw people the way they're celebrating us dropping points there.
No. We'll just let it slide. No, don't worry, you guys. Some people are battling for other positions, 10th. We're gonna go into them later, but it is what it is. But Arsenal, we really need. Love Eddie. I say he's gonna score. He will score his goals. He will score. I think he's I'll say 15 to 20. I can say that's what he can do if he plays. If you see the stats, if he plays and everything else, he scored against Chelsea, scored against the big teams. He can do it. But we need another dimension up front. We need a striker who's above 5'9".
Jesus alone is small. So
yeah,
we don't have any tall strike. I mean, when's the last tall striker we had?
Even
Giroud? Was that Giroud?
Yeah.
We had Danny Welbeck and Giroud.
Yeah,
that's it.
Balon too. He's killing it in Rams, but he's like 5'10". Like we need someone who at least touches 6. So Arsenal need another striker to add another dimension, and then when Jesus and Eddie come, that's more options. I really think apart from that and a defensive midfield, because a defensive midfielder just to like a good one like Tillemans or something, or someone who's available. There's quite a lot of talent available. Just you plug in those 2 holes, then I really think the title push can continue, because with attacking threats, I mean, Modric, that sign still didn't delivered. He's basically, as people say, twerking for the Gunners to come and basically get him. So that's with Smith Rowe back. That's like a whole new signing as well. And he kind of did it's Oxford United, but he, it was positive, man. Like some runs and everything else. Vieira just needs to get into the gym, and I think that's really just what Arsenal really need. Just to keep on the, just keep.
I think Arteta just needs to use the depth more. We have the players on the bench. We just never see them for some reason.
Yeah,
I think he needs. That's always been a problem with him. He needs to use the subs a little bit more and a little bit more often.
Yeah,
I'm in agreement though. We do need another striker. I just don't know if there's one available in the market right now in January.
Yeah, because like all the ones that I would say I would like to fit like Vlasic or like a Osimhen or someone like Toss faster a bit. Like maybe Marcus Thuram. He's
That's a good shout.
Yeah, he's there, but apparently Barca and Chelsea want everybody in the market. No, we're gonna talk about Chelsea next because that's a whole shambles that's going around, especially with the transfer. First of all, João Felix, like you know what? Like it's fine. Like I actually wanted him. I really wanted him in, but when I saw the fees and everything else, still the fees don't defer me. But when it comes to Chelsea, I'm like, you've already spent X amount, and like right now it's just a shambles. I know they have a lot of injuries with Pulisic, Kante, Reece James. There's quite a few out. Sterling as well. So I understand you need and Borja is out for the whole for ACL. You'll get well soon. Yeah, they did need like some more depth there. They got Fofana. That was good, but you have like bigger problems. You need to like figure out the Uber situation. He's just in limbo. He's just out here just changing jerseys like it's nothing. Nah, I love him.
No. Here's the thing with Chelsea, bro. See, they gave us how many? Who they give us? David Luiz,
Gallas,
and then they gave us Willian. Remember that Willian?
No.
Karma.
Listen. Yeah. Wait. No, we got Gallas from Tottenham. What?
Yeah.
Gallas went to
No, but we got Willian though. They gave us Fat Willian, who like was the biggest clown show of the league, and they gave us David Luiz. How many? David Luiz Mustafi.
Yo, that was shambolic.
That's the biggest terrorist combination since Osama bin Laden 9/11, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
So here's the thing: we give back Oba, it's karma. So you deserve everything, Chelsea. And here's a hot take.
Yeah,
we're seeing the downfall of Chelsea.
Yeah,
they were carried by Russian money.
Yeah,
I'm telling this American, we're not going to see Chelsea being good anymore. They can throw all this money they want, what they want. They don't know how to perform well. No. Look at their stacked team. Look how they're performing now. I'm telling you, they're done.
It was just like they quick fired on Tuchel. Like if you gave him the back and just like I understand it was like not really like going the way they wanted to, but with a coach like him and like with the players and what he was trying to do and how hard nosed he is, it was just like just give him the whole season because you fired him at a critical point, and then you go and you still Graham Potter, and then it's like if anything else you'd have wait to the end of the season and then do it. So you give Potter the whole summer or something like that. But they were like, you know what?
But they do this all the time though. You look at their history, like remember that one time they won the league and then the next season Mourinho, like their 10th place, he's sacked. Rafa Benitez sacked. Every time they do this, they win the league and then they like fall off the next season and they fire the coach. Yeah. And then there's another rebuild towards winning the league. Yeah. Except this time, I don't think Chelsea's going to go back there anytime soon.
The only reason why I say it's very, very techie for them right now is because of the teams. Like, you can even put in Brentford and all those teams. Like, all the teams, they still have pool. Wolves, for as terrible they are, they just got Matthias Tuna. I'm like, what? I'm like, how? What? It's a loan, I understand. But I'm like, bro's played Atletico, not Champions League anymore. Like he's played Atletico, La Liga, top of the table, games of meaningful matches. But I mean, it's a Portuguese connection, mob ties. So they're like all the teams have pool right now. So Newcastle, they look like when you look at the team and you look how they're performing and the money they have, they're stacked up for some time. So when you look at the top like 5, 6. It's like, they have to fix something right now or try getting those positions to have the pool because not having Champions League, that's a mad one.
Is Felix really the answer, though? I mean, Felix is going to join, 3 other players who don't really have a position? Can he play left? He's going to play middle? He's going to play right? I mean...
No, if he plays anything apart from middle, I think he's going to have, the same results.
Here's the thing. How do you know he's going to perform well? I mean, look at Chelsea's history. Werner, Pulisic... Lukaku?
No. Okay.
There's a history there of strikers not performing.
No. Okay. So Lukaku banged goals. I have to just say that towards the end it was whatever. But Felix, the problem is that his technique and his finishing. Timo Werner he always missed chances. Even like with RP Leipzig, like before he came over, he would outrun all the defense, but he would still miss. Felix, he just has that technique, but it's like at Atletico, bro, it's like they play with 8 defenders, 2 midfielders.
It's Atletico Ottawa style. Just like how our strikers struggle in Ottawa, it's the same thing there in Madrid.
No, but like to be honest, but if Shaw was injured, was not injured the whole season, would have been a completely different thing. But yeah. So I think Chelsea just has a whole shakeup, man. They're 10th. There's a whole lot that's going on, and they need to get on the wagon soon because like all the teams there from Nottingham Forest down there below, all these teams have quality players on every team, and on any given night you show any weakness, like it's done for you.
The thing with Chelsea is they've been in this position before, like 10th place with Mourinho, but they always had youth coming up in their academy system. I don't know much right now about Chelsea's academy, but they're at a point now where their youth are now adults. They have the Mason Mounts and stuff, and his contract's coming up. They don't know if they want to re-sign him.
He's doing a Ramsey. He wants like 300K a week.
Yeah.
Like,
so the thing is, Chelsea now they're stuck in their position where they don't really have they can't do it. A rebuild will take way too long to catch up.
Yeah.
They're at a point now where they have to do something really quick and quick fixes.
Yeah.
But I mean, the only reason Felix went to Chelsea, let's be honest, is because he needs the playing time, and no other top club is going to give him the playing time. Arsenal can't assure Felix is going to get playing time over Nketiah. Chelsea, they need someone. That's the only reason. So that's the only players they're going to be getting. Any top player, they're going to be looking for the top 4. So Chelsea's in a bad position now, and they're going to have to wait till at least the offseason to fix it. And I don't know if their owner at least knows what he's doing, because he seems just to be chasing Man United's and Arsenal's transfer targets. That's his strategy right now.
They're like,
teacher says not to copy homework. This guy, send the American spies over to look at the targets. Come on now.
Now it's like real talk. They just need a whole fix. But right now, like all the players, like this is what pisses me off when I look at Chelsea. Like they do have quality players. When you look at them, like I'm like Koulibaly, like bro, I'm so mad because I really like Koulibaly here, and I'm just like, obviously when the Chelsea, so I'm just like, you're an op now, but I'm just like, bro, come on. Cucurella's just been pure. I don't like Brighton are laughing. Brighton
biggest steal from Brighton.
And to be honest, Brighton, they're one of the few teams I really think that they don't need to do much except try keep the players they have.
And they're doing a good job of it.
They're doing a good job because I just think who just left Cucurella, he just left at the wrong time because he was like, let me jump ship. He just said, let me jump ship to something better. And it was like, you guys will keep on going, like they were going nicely. Just stay on the ship. And so yeah, there's a whole lot of teams in the league that need to do some business, but Brighton, they just need to they need to keep their players. Liverpool need to get people fit, but Liverpool, I think, is done.
I think the one team that doesn't need to do anything is City, but we know they're trying to poach some young talents. I mean, City, they have too many players now.
They do. Like,
if I was City, I'd be looking into getting some defenders. I don't know what Pep is doing with their defense, but let me tell you, I'm playing Fantasy Premier League, and every week I'm looking, I'm like, why is Cancelo not playing? Why is this man getting subbed off at the 45th minute?
But they do have that young.
They have too many.
Lewis. Yeah, the Lewis. I think he was 82 or something. It's a prospect. He's nice. I think he's playing exactly. Pep molded him to exactly what he wants, but he's techie. Like plays exactly like kind of like Cancelo, like the same position and everything else. So. And you know what? You know how Pep is. He'll give Mahrez 5 games, and then he'll be like, you know what, Foden, you're starting the next 3 games. That's the only problem with City. They just have too much.
Give us some. We'll take some more City rejects.
Yo. We got 2. We'll get who do we? We'll get Cancelo.
Give us Cancelo. Yeah, exactly.
Give us Cancelo.
Give us Mahrez.
You know what? This is how we get too hype. And there's one more team I really wanted. 2 more teams. And those are the teams of La Liga. I really need to talk about their transfer. What they really need to bring in. Well, Barcelona, there's so much with Barcelona. At one point they were broke. Now they're mega rich. Now they want Uber back, but Depay needs to go. It's just a whole lot of ifs, whats, and maybes. X and O's and all that kind of.
It's the typical La Liga. It's your favorite reality TV show.
Exactly. And one team and the other team we want to talk about is Real Madrid, because I look at their team and like they're winning games, they're doing good. It's just Barcelona just doing that tad bit better. But when I look at their strike force, I just see Benzema. They are another team that need a top class striker, because when you look at it, you're just like, if Benzema, like when he went down, because when you look at them, they're mostly, I would say, um focused on the wing play. Vinicius has, I don't know about Hazard, but Vinicius, Rodrigo, Asensio, and everything else. That's where they focus on. That's where they get the goals and everything else, and they all funnels through to Benzema. Midfield, defensive wise, they're solid. They're good. It's just after Benzema, when you look at the bench, like Mariano, I think that's the only one I see who's a in and out striker. So they need someone too as well. Barca, they just need to figure out what the hell's going on, because I just look at the Barca, I'm just waiting for them just to like not win the league.
It's kind of like, this is why the Spanish league annoys me. It's always the same three teams. And
No,
Barca,
not even three anymore. Let's go.
Atletico now, Diego Simeone, his time is up, bro. They figured out the system finally. It's just between Real Madrid and Barcelona, and it's basically whatever team has less injuries by the end of the season. That's who wins it.
That's it.
And that's where you get depth, right? And both teams are kind of aging at the top. I mean, I think Barca has a better transfer from the summer.
Oh yes,
who they brought in,
yeah,
compared to Madrid.
Yeah.
And yeah, Madrid, I mean, they have Benzema, like you said, striker. They're kind of lacking in depth. I know Madrid fans are probably gonna be yelling at us, saying, "Oh, we have this guy," but I mean, you're in a tough position, just like many other top teams. You need strikers, and there's not a lot on the market right now.
That's why you have to make one available. You just have to make one available. Like, yeah, I'm just looking across, like, Italian league. Juventus. I think Juventus have now their
time's done.
Their time is done.
AC Milan is up next.
Yeah. AC Milan, I think it's going to be between AC Milan and Napoli for a while. Chiesa coming back is a big help to Juve, but still, it's...
What about Rafael Leao from Portugal, AC Milan?
That's a striker people need to make available.
They're going to ask a lot, but I mean, you're Madrid, you have the money. You're United, you're Arsenal, Barcelona, you have the money to pay for him. I don't know why people aren't making proposals for him.
He's one step is like someone's 4 steps. He's like a gazelle.
You see him in the World Cup? The guy was smiling every time he scored a goal.
No, he just smiles, bro. I swear. He might be high 24. He just smile every time he's just a happy guy. He's just a happy. Why would you want that in the locker room? Come on,
yeah, Madrid. Come on, go for him. I want to see some news about him.
Edu.
Stan Kroenke, bro. Come on.
There we go, bro. Let's get them in. Like, those are the guys you need, because those guys make a difference. Shirt sales, everything. They'll pay for themselves. So, that's just there's a lot of rumors coming there, but it's towards the last week where teams really get desperate, where we're going to see and everything else. So, you know what? There's going to be a lot more to come, guys. Stay tuned. But the one thing, and mainly the last thing we want to discuss on this episode, is the Balon d'Or for 2023. Yeah, I said that right. It's still kind of new, 2023, because I was like 2023, and I'm like, yeah, we're in 2023. Yeah, all right, we're good. Who's a front runner?
I mean, it has to be Mbappe. He scored a hat trick in the World Cup. The man was a penalty shootout away from winning his second World Cup at his age. He's gonna walk League One again. I mean, all he has left, if he wins the Champions League,
yeah,
that means Messi wins the Champions League.
So that's when it's just like...
So it's just between Mbappe and Messi.
But now, if City win the Champions League, knowing what this robot's doing over there, and if they win, like, I know they're out of the other cloud by Southampton. Southampton, good shit. If they win like a treble or something like that with the Champions League included, it might pip, because PSG is always like, if they win the Champions League, we've been saying that for the last 3-4 years.
It's the same with City, right?
Yeah, that is true too.
Too oil money, they can't win it.
But City, PSG have had Mbappe for that time, and City just got their machine. So,
I mean, they had the machine, but they lost to Southampton in the EFL Cup. That's the thing. With the machine, there's always a way to stop a robot,
But I think that's
you poke a little hole there, put a little grease here.
Yeah, like against Everton. Against Everton, he did score, but
there's ways to stop City. City have enough like weaknesses to stop them. But I know what you're talking about. I think it's Haaland obviously should be in the picture.
Yeah,
but he needs to do a lot more than Mbappe has to.
That's true. I just think because of Mbappe, like, just because like we had a whole month of watching Mbappe and not even seeing Haaland or hearing about him, that's when it's like, because if like let's say Norway go to the World Cup, they have a good enough team to be competitive that he would go down the line. So it would have been like, obviously, still Mbappe did a math and hat trick in the World Cup. Like that's done. That's 30. That's
So
FIFA
the question
tense.
for you is: the 2023 Ballon d'Or counting the World Cup?
That's what I thought. I swear I saw something that said it was only now the calendar year, but if it does count it, I would say even though Mbappe is doing
Messi wins
crazy
that.
good, I would say Messi does it for the winning of the World Cup. But I would say it's between them two, those three front runners, and there's a lot of maybes. There's a lot of maybes because I think 2024 is gonna be the year of now who are gonna be the top tier guys. Because now it's kind of like iffy because Messi's still around. Messi was gone. I was gonna be like, okay, now let's see who's the top tier guys. Haaland and Mbappe, they're the ones, obviously, they're the ones who are leading the charge. But there's a lot of other people coming. They just need to start scoring.
Man, there's one player I want to see get a move is Mohamed Kudus. My Ghanaian brother.
Yo, Kudus is mad.
If he gets out of Ajax and goes to like a bigger club, sorry Ajax, I'm telling you,
yeah, I mean,
he can get in like obviously not in the same level as Haaland and Mbappe, but I mean he can be up there.
No. He'll be top, like future top 10 Balon d'Or, like voting all the time. Like you never know, he might even do a madness. He might do a madness. Kudos might do a madness, but he needs to go to the right team because I see him like linked to like teams like Liverpool that don't play. Like he needs to play right behind the striker in a position. Like if he goes to like, I'm gonna say this, but if he goes to like a United right now in the like where they are, how Ten Hag is, and Ten Hag also know him as well, he'll play him right behind the striker where all he has to do is attack. Obviously, pressure forward, but all he needs to do focus attacking and the kind of play you saw in the World Cup, guys.
I'm begging Arsenal. I'm begging Arsenal, please just bring this man in. He will do damage. Can you imagine him in that lineup?
Yeah, I'll transfer a bit for the transfer fee,
Like listen, Cronky, look at me. Listen to me, Cronky. You won the Super Bowl already. You won the Stanley Cup. It's Arsenal's time. Come on, spend the money. We promise to pay you back. We have
out of all your teams, we have the best jerseys. We have the best fans. Like, shout out to the other teams, but come on, guys. Like, but don't worry. I have a feeling they're gonna do a madness because Modric cannot be the only person that's coming in. But we'll see. It's still early. When we have the final transfer window, everything, we're just going to evaluate all the teams and everything else. Guys, stay tuned. We have a lot more coming out. But before we go, we need to talk about the biggest team in the CPL.
That's the one and only, your Atletico Ottawa. Massive. Absolutely massive.
That's what it is. Other teams are making moves. We're not making moves. So that's the only thing that I just kind of like. I just need them to like kind of like get on. But like, I just see all the players like Oli and them, Diego as well. They're on trials. They're like training at higher levels. We have players coming back like Shaw, Zach, and everything else. They're going to be coming back fit. So there's a lot of positives, but I see a lot of other teams.
Here's
Halifax,
the thing, though.
Vancouver, making moves.
Forge has made absolutely zero roster moves. We've at least announced who's coming back. Forge has done nothing. And Forge, they've made it to the finals every single year of the CPL existence. So if there's one thing to follow, it's them.
No, but listen, Forge is different gravy. Like, we had a great season and everything else, but Forge is, I think it's just one of those teams that just don't watch what they're doing. They're always going to be up there. They're always going to, like, do well. They're doing their moves in secret, but we need to do a little more. I know they're doing something in secret, but
I'm not too worried, though. Like, we did a good enough job. We have 12 people returning, or 12, 13.
Yeah.
Ollie Bassett and Nate Ingham are on trial in Mexico. Diego Spale's on trial in Miami.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if any of them get signed. I think the only person that really has a shot is Ingham, just as a goalie.
Yeah.
But that experience is going to come back. So we have those back. We're only missing a couple additional pieces. We have a striker role to fill. We have some midfielder role to fill. But we have that Atletico Madrid partnership. We have that draw. There are players available. I don't know what Forge is up to. I don't know if Rubens is available. But if I'm going to make one signing as Atletico Ottawa, it's get Rubens as a striker, and we're winning this entire league.
Yeah. I would say that because defensive-wise, Tabla, all those guys coming back, like, we do have the creativity, and now that they had a season playing together, it's just going to take off. So, Vancouver club, they've been making some impressive news. They've made some impressive.
Want to know a bold take for me?
Yeah.
I think they might make the playoffs or at least be around 5th.
No, to be honest, I think with the new energy so far, the players that they've gotten like in signing already, and the talent, the strike, I think they signed the League One goal, top scorer,
or like one of the top scorers. Yeah,
yeah. So I just think they're just going to be that new exciting team. And to be honest, the CPL, it's still a league where anything can happen. Like, there's so much talent going in, but
as much as it pains me, I think York is going to do better this year too.
Yeah,
I think the only two teams that are going to be like bottom, Valor and Halifax.
Yeah,
Halifax, I don't know. They brought in a League One coach. They're signing some good players. I don't know if it's enough to compete with everyone else. And Valor, they've lost Rhea. They've lost their Sirois, I think.
Yeah.
And they're bringing in no one good.
Yeah.
So they're struggling.
But the one thing about Halifax we have to remember is Morelli was injured all last season. So he's coming back. So he just finds a way to score. Either if it's by a penalty or it's just by he'll find a way to score. He scored some worldies here and there. Like I remember some of the shots, but so it's going to be a whole interesting season. Once again, it's going to be a whole good season. Going to be in the dub. We're massive anything. We're going to go for the double. We're going to go for the treble. The treble. Right?
What I really want to see, can we please win at least one round of the Canadian Championship?
Yes, please.
In our club existence, we've never gotten out past round one.
Yeah.
Ottawa Fury, we got the semifinals multiple times. Come on, Atletico. We can't be losing to York at home. That's a disgrace.
No. That was tough. That was tough. That was tough. That was tough. Oh no. We have to that's why it's we also have to use more of our subs and go more into the debt, because you have players who would literally not get any game time, Roy he played so good any time he had. If he just had, I would say, more appearances on his belt and through just a little more, just I want to see a little more subs. I want to see a little more chemistry and everything about it. That's why with the 12 players coming back, that's a good number core. Just additional pieces.
And listen, this is the first season that a head coach is going to be able to make transfers because we've been losing. And I'm telling you, let Cargo cook. This man already said he's ditching the Atletico Madrid terrorist defensive style.
Yeah.
He said, Diego Simeone, I'm not you anymore.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to go attacking football. Can you imagine this team with attacking football?
Bro, that's what it is. Especially Balon, we have the pace, we have the finishing, we have the technique. We just need to play football. Playing Burnley, no, we can't even say Burnley anymore. Company's doing Burnley look like a good team. When Burnley come back, it's going to be danger, because it's not the Burnley that they have 24 men at the back, including the bus and everything else. No, they play attacking football. They have players who actually take you on. No more terrorist football over there. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. Thank you, Eddie, for joining us. Thank you, John, at the back of the sticks, once again, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And keep tuned, guys.